Today in the Conservatarian Show, we'll be covering lockdown and the US election. More specifically, we're going to touch on why maturity should be the key aim for Republicans if they want to win future elections. And we're also going to be talking about the impacts of COVID and the lockdowns that it's having on the UK economy. So first of all, I wanted to touch on the maturity shown by Republicans. It's important to show maturity at this election, at this stage in this election, because the Democrats, we know they're trying to do something with the election. We know that there's fraud going on. We know that there's voter fraud going on. There was a video that Stephen Crowder released, and it was showing a video of mail-in ballots being rolled out and in coolers, suitcases. So for Republicans, if Biden wins this fairly, it's important to show maturity. The Democrats spent 4 years trying to criminalize the president. They thought that Russia interfered in the election, and now Republicans, I fear, are doing the same. They are claiming election fraud, which I think is going on, but we can't make baseless claims. There needs to be evidence of this. Again, the Democratic Party, they tried for 4 years to incriminate the president. It's completely unacceptable, and really, the media has won this election. The media have completely won. They covered up the Biden and Hunter story. $3.5 million dollars taken from the Russian mayor's wife, if I'm correct. Politics has been very much modernized in the sense that the media have become involved, and media representation about characters. People are voting for characters. You're either for Trump or anti-Trump. You're not for Biden. You don't buy into his policies. I've heard a lot of people talk about Biden's the lesser of two evils. It should never come to the lesser of two evils. Trump, admittedly, is a divisive character. You either love him or you hate him. But it's important to look at the policies, and Trump's policy is that he's governed very conservatively so far. If his character wasn't as it is, Republicans would win in a landslide. And it's important to note that we need to give Biden a chance, because let's start from a clean slate. We know he's had 47 years in politics, 8 years under Obama, and they practically did not a lot for America and the American worker. Trump, in contrast, has done a lot for the American worker. But it's important to give Biden a chance. I believe we can start from a clean slate and let Biden try his best, and whatever comes up, whatever comes against the American people, the Republicans should stand strong and firm. Now, Joe Biden, of course, has a history in politics and has a history of saying controversial things, such as "you ain't black" to a black person if you vote for Donald Trump. Said poor kids are just as talented and bright as white kids. He notably said some very racist things. Trump arguably could have said some racist things, but again, the media has misrepresented Trump as a character which says stuff that is untrue. Trump doesn't say stuff that is untrue. He has a certain mentality. He's a character, and people shouldn't be voting for characters. People should be voting for policies. And I think if in order for American politics to succeed, civil war does not break out. That is the only solution. Otherwise, civil war will break out if politics doesn't succeed. And it's important to realise that civil war is disastrous for our country. It destroys trust in the democratic process. It destroys trust in the democratic system. And overall, America is deeply divided at this stage in its life. Ever since 1776, we've never seen such a close election. This election has been so close, it's been going on for days. The 2016 election, it had Hillary Clinton, Trump. One night, you know who won. Trump won, fair and square, over, and then the Democrats tried to claim a Russian hoax. But politics has become about media, and how much influence does the media have? That is an important question that we will have to discuss in the future. And yeah, it's become about politics, and it's important for Republicans to show maturity and accept this result, because ultimately that's what's going to it's important Republicans show maturity and accept the result, because it's important to persuade those swing voters, those swing states, the Republicans are no longer the divisive party, and the Democrats are no longer the party of love. Actually, it's quite opposite. The Republicans should become the party of love, should become the party of equal opportunity. They should champion the American dream, and under Trump, he's kind of done that, but he's been a divisive character at the same time, and I don't think that's helpful for US election. MPs have voted for lockdown to go by a majority of 516. In my opinion, 516 treacherous MPs. They're voting for freedoms to be taken away, businesses to be destroyed, and jobs to be lost. A question that got posed to me was, why would you not want a lockdown? A lockdown has so many economic impacts, and so many lives will be lost, because as Richard Tice put it, a dead economy means dead people, and mental health is going to rise. I could not possibly vote. How could an MP vote for the lockdown measures, knowing that it will cost lives, it will cost jobs, it will cost the long-term future of the UK? The UK will be worse off because of this second national lockdown. We don't need a lockdown. This pandemic is a very dangerous disease to some, but not all. And that's the key message to get here. The pandemic is dangerous to some, but not all. And I think to quarantine the healthy, because some people are getting sick and unfortunately dying, is very mischievous, because also the data is being misrepresented by the government. They're using old charts to justify new lockdowns and new measures on our lives, taking away our freedoms, our liberties, and everything we've fought so hard to achieve in the past 100 years. World War II wasn't fought just so we could have an authoritarian government take away our liberties at the click of a finger, and MPs backing it. There's been a lack of scrutiny by the media and a lack of scrutiny by the opposition. They have completely disregarded their role, and they haven't actually scrutinised the government. The government haven't even done an impact assessment on the economy, and I think that's detrimental. So if you enjoyed today's video, please go down below, like the video and subscribe. Comment your thoughts on the Conservatarian Show. I'll be back again tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time.